Balón, terreno, señor. Perfecto. Buen partido. Buen partido.
Gane campeón, Gane campeón. What a burden lifted off his chest. What? Can he? He has never done it. 4 times he was in the finals with Argentina. He never won one. 17 times he was in the finals with Barcelona. I tell you, he won. He won 14. He won the 4 times he played the Champions League. He won all 4. Of the 3 times he played the Super Cup, he won all 3. And I tell you, 10 times he played in the Copa del Rey, and he won. He won 7. I tell you, 17 times he played, and then 14. 14 he won all that. But they said when it comes to Argentina, even if he won the under-20 with Argentina, even if he won 2 Olympic goals with Argentina, they said, yes, if he comes to Argentina, losing back-to-back finals in the Copa to Chile, even if it was on penalties, they said no. When he gets there, his output, when he get there, whatever he does, no, he can only do it for Barcelona. But then this is cementing. Is this the time for us to say, yes, one of the greatest, if he's not the greatest, have now become the greatest because he has done it for his club. He has done it for his country. Maybe, they said, has he won the World Cup? Or can he do it on a cold night in Stoke? That has always been the question. But whether we like it or not, Lionel Messi has just won the Copa, and he did it courtesy of the Angel Di Maria. Argentina, that is the full time. Argentina won. Brazil, nothing. But even the Brazilians cheered him. They said, this is it. The man can retire if he wants to. You know, he retired before, but he came back and said yes. And so maybe at the Angels whispered to him, you still have an unfinished business. And he came back, and that business has been done. So, now a candidate for the greatest. Let the debate continue. I am Ken Ochonogo. This is Channel Sport on Sunday. We told you last week that today is going to be a bumper package. We told you last week that it will be a tennis World Cup. It will be a football World Cup. It will be all things gathered together. Yes, 2 down, 2 to go. Copper in the pocket. Yes. What happened to him? How can you earn? He was the highest earner. Last year, entry now, $180 million. Conor McGregor's. Yet he said, I want to punch. And he went in there. He was not hit by a punch. He dislocated his leg. His ankle got twisted. And he said, this fight has not ended. We shall continue. Of course, remember MacArthur saying, I will come back. Let's hope he comes back. So 2 down and 2 to go. Djokovic trying to make it 20-20-20. Will it be possible? Because there is a hot, yes. If we say hot, we mean hot. Matteo Berrettini, he's been good. He has gotten a solid season. And he says, should I be the one to put the spanner in the works for him? We expect not, or we expect it. And then football, they say, is coming home. It has always been coming home. It was home in 1966. 30 years later, they said it was coming home. In 1996, no. They got to the semifinals and the Germans said not yet. And here, that was 30 years after 1966. And then 25 years later, we are saying football is coming home. Is it coming home? Can we go to London and ask if it is coming home? Are we ready to do that and see how they are getting ready to prepare for this? The moment from the Queen to whoever is English are all getting ready. We're getting ready to do that. I hope when we can connect and let you understand what it is. But let me come to the house while we are waiting to connect to London. Yemi, finally. All right. Okay. All right. Here we are. Hello, Julie. How are you?
I'm here. Can you hear me and see me?
Yeah, you're looking bright and smart. I can see that. I hope there is another green flag by your side, Julie. I hope so. Julie, bring us up to date. Bring us up to date. What is happening over there? How are they feeling? Do they actually believe that it is coming home?
Well, what kind of a question is that? You can imagine where the sport was born. Of course, they believe it. In fact, every single time there has been a Euro or a World Cup or any international friendly, England have always believed it's coming home. And I can tell you now, I live in London, and this flag that you see, which is, I'm going to say, quite a controversial flag if it's not football, it is hanging everywhere. You absolutely cannot book a table or even a chair anywhere in London, Manchester, Birmingham, across the country to watch this match today. It's just a couple of hours till the countdown. And even from Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Her Majesty, the Queen, everybody, even my own children, believe that it's coming home. There was a petition, I don't know if you guys discussed this, which has reached, I believe, over 1 million signatures to say that if England win the Euros tonight, it should be a bank holiday tomorrow. So just warn our colleagues in Lagos, they might not see me on Business Morning.
Don't do that to me, because they will say, I'm the one that brought you here, and then you are saying, no. Julie, don't do that. But let me ask you this. You leave your house, you walk in the street, you meet your colleagues, and how the airwaves, you tune it, and it's coming home. Is coming home, is coming home. Football is coming home. How does it go? How does it go with you? How?
You know what? It's exciting. It's exciting. If you think that England, Britain have been the worst affected country with COVID, over 100,000 people sadly lost their lives. The economy has been in tattered. Last year, it contracted at the worst amount in 300 years. So the fact to think that this England football squad, a squad who just a couple of months ago were condemned for taking the knee by the Home Secretary, by the Prime Minister, by even their own football fans, it could be the squad that actually lifts the morale of the country. Not only lifting the morale of the country, I did a story a couple of days ago on Channel's Business Global, the semi-final, Denmark versus England, over 9 million pints of beer were poured that night. During that match, 7 million. So you can imagine how it is going to be today. You cannot get champagne, Pimm's, soft drink, of course, because there are some of us that don't drink. It's electrifying. People need this morale. I don't know what it is about football. You'll know more than me that just excites people. But there's something about football and England, the relationship is not just sport, it's more than sport. And it's just definitely brought people together at a time where there's lots of racial divide, lots of national divide, but we're now all coming together underneath this flag of St. George to celebrate and cheer the team on tonight. So excited.
Julie, you talk business and we talk sport here. Now, can we talk sport business? You pushed it a little bit ahead of us there. What is the impact on the economy of this? COVID, would have limited amount of tourists that would have come in there. But I know the place is still, London is London. It's busy. But the impact of this on the economy, can you just give us a glimpse?
Oh, no, it's going to be absolutely massive. As I said, during the semi-final, we saw about 67,000 people cram into Wembley. We're going to be expecting so many more tonight. There's been a little bit of controversy because, of course, there is still COVID restrictions, but we know there is a large pool of Italians currently on their way to one of the airports. They will be going to Wembley tonight. We know that the supermarkets have done absolutely spectacular during the pandemic because, of course, everybody was stockpiling. People are going to be stockpiling today. The weather is good. Lots of things in this country are determined by the weather. There are forecasts that it could be raining. I'm not sure. I can already smell barbecues. Lots of people are going to be barbecuing today. Again, that's great for the supermarket. Also, takeaway. So many takeaway firms have been doing, again, exceptionally well. The likes of Deliveroo that floated on the London Stock Exchange a couple of months ago, their orders tonight are going to be through the roof. They're also the official sponsor of the run-up for England to this all-important final. Oh, so yes, this is going to be an absolutely massive boost. That's what we're expecting. The Bank of England have said 200 billion pounds are stuck in bank accounts, I can assure you, not mine, and people want to spend, and this is the time to spend. I went into Niketown, which is a place that sells the England football shirt. You couldn't get your hands on one. You could not get your hands on a Three Lions shirt. I just can't wait to see all the figures come out for just how much has been spent over the weekend. But the most important thing, of course, is that Sterling, Kane, Grealish, all the rest of them bring it home tonight. That's what we want.
Julie, I don't want to dampen enthusiasm, but let me ask you this. In 66, you guys won the World Cup. You hosted and won. In 1996, England hosted the Euro. And they said football was coming home. And that was when this music was also actually came out. 30 years of expectation, 30 years of disappointment, but they said there's still hope. How are you managing the expectations? Just in case. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but just in case, Julie, how are they managing the expectations?
You've been following sport more than me, so you can imagine the expectation coupled with the brutal press. Oh my goodness, the British press are absolutely brutal. Let me just tell you, there is no room for them not bringing it home. Come what may, the media have been camped outside, the tabloids, some of the headlines, some of the ferocious press towards the Italians, I'm sure you discussed on your show, some of the controversies surrounding the match with Denmark. There is no room or opportunity for failure. And in a way, that can be great because we know the power of the positive thinking. It is a Sunday, so it's good to get in that kind of positive mind. But on the other hand, we've done this before. You know, we've brought the songs out, we've been waving the flags, and we've been disappointed. But there's something different now. I think the fact that, you know, the economy is finally opening, people can invite people into their gardens. I don't think the momentum is just because they are dead set on England winning. It's just a joyous occasion, isn't it? It's just such a joyous occasion. It is going to be happening in Wembley. As I said at the top, Her Royal Majesty, the Queen, she obviously handed Bobby Moore the trophy at Wembley in 1996. And she wrote to Gareth Southgate, the manager, the coach of England yesterday, saying, bring it home. So the expectation is high, but England are used to doing that. They're used to, putting exceptionally high expectations on their football team.
on that positive note, I just want to wish you guys the best today and hope that, yes, it's coming home. It's coming home. All right, Julie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Woo! Beautiful.
It doesn't get bigger. It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah.
England seeking their first trophy in 55 years.
Yes.
And like you said, it's been a long, long wait. We saw that letter from the Queen herself, saying it was a privilege presenting that trophy in 1966. And I'm sure the players, the impact of this is not lost on the players, and they understand what it is. And like Julie said, the British press, they're brutal. They're brutal. There's no hiding place. So Southgate and the players, this crop of, let's call them the golden generation of players for England, they know what is at stake. They will go all out. But like you said, it's a game of football. There will only be one winner.
Till they got in this far. I mean, are we not expecting too much? I mean, that winning becomes a must. I mean, in this case, that if they did not win it, should we say this team did not do well?
Good afternoon, viewers. Ken, like Emil rightfully said, it's football. It can happen. What may I focus on? What she said was 9 million pints
of beer.
Yeah, come on.
For the semi-finals.
For just the semi-finals.
So what are we talking? Can imagine what will happen this
That is why sports pays itself. That is why sport is industry. Exactly. It's not grammar. It's not let the writing letter. We are now the sport is now to be looked at.
Exactly.
It is not to be looked at. Watch win building.
Take care of itself.
Every time I watch win building, I tell you this. You will not believe I calculate how many sunglasses are sold. No, you see them that almost 90% of them are on sunglasses.
And they have hats on.
Yeah, the hat, the sunglasses. I mean, those souvenirs that is for win building. That is where the money comes from. The money does not come from the pocket of local government, state government, or federal government. That is where the money is coming from. That is why they can earn this much, because it's a way of life for them. And here, of course, we do our own area, we do our own bedu, do our own power, stuff like that. But sports as entertainment, from the zeal. Let me come back to you. Yeah. We are managing, has England not performed for now based on the talent at their disposal, vis-a-vis other countries?
Well, I have to give it to the English squad. Not many people, I for one didn't predict England would come this far. Although, yes, I know they have a very young, talented squad. Please, but there are certain players that you see on the bench, from Jadon Sancho to Foden, to even Jack Grealish, who are starters for their respective club sides, but very, very good players at that. But they sit down on the bench for that to show you how talented this English squad is. And Gareth Southgate have been able to put together a crop of players that are very hungry. They know what is at stake, and they want to go all the way. Yes, there have been one or two controversies. The fact that, for instance, a lot of their matches, barring the one against Ukraine, have been played in Wembley. I remember Kefrin, that's the UEFA president, saying some teams have to travel 10,000 kilometers. Well, that's England have just some travel 1,000. Just 1,000. So I think to a large extent, it has a stake. But you have to look at the mentality with which the Italians will be approaching this game. Italy and England, yes, a little bit of history between both sides as well. But if you're asking me, like, for the English side, I think they deserve to be here. And if Italy is not careful, England can actually go all the way. Let's not forget the match is happening at Wembley. Look at the reaction of the referee on that penalty against Raheem Sterling. And said the pressure, this and that. I know to bring us to talk about the referee later, but you have to give it to them. Playing in front of their home fans, Her Majesty the Queen herself sending a letter to the manager. Ken, it's bigger than football. I think right now it's spiritual.
It's bigger. Yeah. Tio said, he was surprised that they made it to the final. I'm not surprised. And you see, we've always said it here. 9 years ago, the English FA looked at it and said, no, we're not doing well. We need to do some things right. They set out...
That's the letter from the Queen.
Okay, that's the letter from the Queen.
We'll get a copy. We'll get it. Can you read it there?
55 years ago, I was fortunate to present the World Cup to Bobby Moore and saw what it meant to the players, management, and support staff to reach and win the final of a major international football tournament.
I want to send my congratulations and that of the family to you all on this.
All right, we shall read it. We shall read it. We shall read it when we come back. Just keep the letter. We'll get a copy here, and we should read it. But we want to see. We want to go. We want to see. We can go on a very short break, gentlemen. We want to go on a very short break. That is the team. That's the Italian team. 33 matches unbeaten. So that you don't just go there and take. World Cup.
And they picked it up from there.
And that is where the Algerians, the same way Algerians, built up in Africa. But we want to go on a very short break. And when we come back, we are assuring you here, we are going to open the lines. You are going to join because today is one of the biggest days in sports. Who is keeping you away from it? We can't. Stay with us. You're welcome back. We're having fun here. I know they're having fun in England. They're having fun in Argentina. They're having fun at Wembley. I tell you, sport is taking us there. And the Tigers, they roar. The roaring Tigers, they roar. And at the end of the day, they beat the United States of America. They beat USA. The Tigers did beat USA. But then we know that, what do you do? Today we said, is sport. I mean, probably some days are taken as sporting days. This is one of them. That's the Tigers. We'll give them kudos. It is a pre-Olympic game anyway. It's a warm-up. But then if they can beat the USA, yes, I mean, we know there is hope that we won't just get out of there. Maybe we shall enter into the medal territory when we get to Tokyo in a few days' time. But like we said, let us go. Let us still go back because it is happening in London. Juliana told her it is poles apart. I mean, from Wembley to where to the All England club where Wimbledon is taking place. And we have our guy in the house. Here's the guy that talks tennis for us all the time, way back, still now. And let's go. Let's meet JIDE. Hello, JIDE. JIDE, how are you?
Hello, Ken. How are you doing, sir?
Yes. We are fine. I hope you did catch some sleep because all night it was Conor McGregor. It was Argentina, Brazil. It was. I hope you did catch some sleep, JIDE.
I tried. Like you said, it was a full day, and most of it has been happy. So I'm happy to lose some sleep for that.
Yes. Let's go to the All England club. Is it going to be number one for Berrettini, or is it going to be a 20-20-20?
Well, we spoke offline, and like I said, and I want to reiterate, I don't think, but in sports anything is possible. But with all the factors we know and the data we have, that Berrettini will be able to handle Djokovic today. I don't think so. I think Djokovic will get to 20 today and maybe even get to 21 this year.
Maybe get 21 this year. Let me just take you a step backward. Ashley Barty taking on Karolina Pliskova. Pliskova beating Sabalenka in the semi-final. Gave you that. We thought had that hope. But meeting Ash Barty, this is somebody who played tennis, left tennis, went on vacation to play cricket, came back to play tennis, world number one. How do you sum that up, JIDE?
I think it is the next phase, seriously, for sports people, really. What Barty has shown us is that instead of getting burnt out, just like somebody like, Osaka is doing right now, that she's being forced to take a break. I think all of us, even included, even anybody that is a human being that works, is you need to step away sometimes and do something else before you come back and face that thing that is your passion. Passion can actually burn you out. And we have seen it. We are seeing it in Wimbledon with so many withdrawals and injuries and all that. I think it's a good thing to learn from. Step away for some time and come back.
Okay, you just mentioned the injuries. I also noticed that the grass there this season had been rather slippery. Did you notice that too? Did you notice it?
Yeah, but the organizer said that it was nature. There was more rain than they thought they would get. So the grass was not grown as deep as they should have if they were expecting so much rain. And that led to a lot of slippery surfaces and all that. But Ken, that is all part of the game. You sleep here, you fall down here. You need to get up and continue.
not to dangerous level, JIDE. I don't think so. But then let's come back to the nitty-gritty. We saw Federer. This is supposed to be his home. 8 times he's won it. 18 times in the quarterfinals. When he gets there, it is Zoom. But, you know, are we seeing the end of an era in Federer? 40 plus is not looking too good for him when we are facing the next slams.
I want to get a bit emotional here, Ken, and say that because I still have designs on a Serena Williams winning that elusive 24th, I would say that it is not the end. Okay.
When there is life. In Nigeria, we say it. When there is life,
yes, when there's life,
there's
hope.
Yes. Okay, Nadal is coming back, but Nadal also pulled out of this. We understand what happened. Djokovic taking him there. But then that takes us back to Djokovic. When he takes 20, he would have equaled all, Nadal and Federer. But he would have had the most masters. He would have been the only man in the open era to win each of the slam at least twice. I mean, does Djokovic look like the GOAT? Does he fit it?
Okay, let me quickly put this out before I answer that question. Djokovic is in the final of the Wimbledon that is being played in England. And then he comes out publicly to say he will be supporting Italy. So that tells you the kind of person that Joker is. He's his own man, he's his own person. And if you take away the emotions, if you take away the aesthetics, we just talk about basic facts, data, Djokovic is going to be the best tennis player for a long time. We might not like to admit it because of his histrionics and his behavior and whatever. He's not well liked by even players on tour. He's not well liked by spectators. He riles people up. But maybe that's the price to pay for genius.
Now you are using the word genius, Djokovic and genius. I mean, a few years back, he was the Joker. He was the one that mimics everybody on court, and they loved him. But the moment he started winning, it was Rafa Benitez that told Mourinho then at Chelsea that we were friends when you were beating us. But now that we started beating you, we are no longer friends. But yes. Sum it up for us. What do you see in your crystal ball at the end of the match today between Djokovic and Berrettini?
Okay, I wrote something today, Ken, and what I saw, Berrettini has a big serve, has a big forehand. But he's facing the best returner of the ball in tennis. Now, the fact is that he has a suspect backhand. And you can be sure that Djokovic is going to target that on every return, on every long rally. So I see Berrettini taking one set off Djokovic, but Djokovic to win in 4.
So on the 10th of July, 2021, you foresee 20-20-20. Thank you, JIDE. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Ken, for having me back. I hope to be in the studio physically one of these days.
Well, soon, very soon. We're expanding here and you're coming very soon. Thanks, JIDE.
I think for so long
let us open the lines. Where the lines are open. I know you guys are itching to join it. Who picks it today? Is it England or Italy? Who wins it today? Is it Djokovic or is it Berrettini? Is Messi finally the GOAT? A lot of questions. Should Conor McGregor, should he retire? You've got so much money. Why breaking your legs for peanut? Anyway, we'll get how much he made. He never makes peanut when he entered into that octagon. He never makes. So the lines are open. Oh yeah,
I said for so long we have focused so much on Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, and Djokovic just kept creeping up. And it was almost like we never really paying
Nobody saw it coming.
We're so focused on the two guys that we claim. At the GOATs. Like
where is Jimmy?
All of a sudden, you have a Novak Djokovic who is up there, and then he wins his 19th slam, and then the records start popping. I do a little bit of research, and like you said, he's the only man in history that won every Masters at least twice. Like he's up there, and if he makes it 20 today, like JIDE said, if you want to look at pure hard facts, eliminating emotions from the equation, both Federer and Nadal, I don't think they come close.
You see, Djokovic keeps breaking records.
Yeah.
Again now, is the longest man that have held the number one position.
He has that.
And if you look at this year, like JIDE also said, he will win his number 20 today. All things being equal.
And the US Open.
And he will go on and win. This year alone,
he would have
won 2.
Yes.
He's done the Australia, he's done the French Open. He's going for Wimbledon now, and he still has a chance.
And he would have won, sorry, I will keep on, but I don't want to chip this in. He would have won the US Open last year. If he was not thrown out. The ball that he knew.
When he threw the ball. So, you see, when it comes to, tennis is not a team sport. Because your team, they're not even allowed to make input. And when it comes to resilience, that is what Djokovic stands for. When you think he's down.
Okay, let's go to Jabode.
Alexis. No, Alexis is calling from Uyo.
Uyo, okay. Hello, Alex. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Alex. How are you? Can we up it? Give us the volume.
Yeah, today is going to be a very, very intense day.
Okay.
England versus Italy. That's 55 years. And fans have been going to church singing the coming home instead of praising the Lord. So I don't really know. But my money is on Italy tonight to win it and, put England at defeat. So yeah, I'm going for Italy tonight.
So who are you seeing? Are you seeing England?
No, I'm going for Italy tonight.
You are going for Italy?
Yes.
Wow. 33 matches unbeaten. We say it's not Gary. It's not Beans. Yeah, according to him. All right, Alex, thank you very much. Thank you. Alex says he's seen Italy. He's seen all blue. He's seen the Azzurri saying, yes. You see, both sides have not have it this easy in this competition. England has won the World Cup. They have never won the Euros. Italy has won the World Cup 4 times. I've only won this one once. Only once.
Again, I think Italy gets into this stage of the competition. They have to beat the Spanish team. I remember in 2012 when the Italians came up against the Spaniards in the final.
Yeah.
And that game ended, I think, 4-0. Like it was a whitewash. And then I remember it's also in 2018, the semi-final game between England and Croatia. Sometime during the tournament, England actually went on the way to defeat the Croatian national team. So to a large extent, they've defeated some of their past demons, at least in the build-up to this tournament.
Yeah.
And then you have to give it to them. I think for a fact that the English team and the Italian team are two of the best teams at the tournament. I mean, coming together to play as a unit. England did not concede until that free kick against Denmark. They had not conceded a goal throughout the tournament. Okay, we have
Paul
from Abia.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I want to contribute on the matches today.
Yeah.
In terms of the tennis, I want Matthew Brettley to win Wimbledon Open today.
Good.
Yes, and in the Nigeria APFL, I want Mountain of Fire to win their match in Lagos today. I think they're playing home match.
Yes. I think they're playing Casina.
Yes, I want them to win today's game.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. It doesn't. Football doesn't concern him over there.
Yes, and that's it. You see, Ken, before we actually went on that interview, we were talking about planning. If you look, the Italian team today was a team that failed to make it to the World Cup.
To Russia World Cup.
Exactly. They sat down and said, we needed to rebuild this team. They handed over the job to Mancini. And since he took over, from September in 2018, we saw what they've been able to do. The Italians, naturally, have mean defense, but they are not known to score a lot of goals. But Mancini has revolutionized everything.
Exactly.
You see them scoring good goals. Against Turkey, I think they got like 3. They defeated Switzerland again by another 2. And yes, you will see the likes of Chiellini and Bonucci in defense standing firm. And
so
if
that- they say
England
that
will make
that
any
wall-
headway today,
that wall is
more than it's longer than the Great Wall of China.
And they have been defensive pairing partners, not just at the national team level, but have at club level for over a decade.
Over a decade.
So the understanding is,
And again, with the age,
immense.
you would think, oh, they will
Wane down. Nah,
but
at
that
all.
has
Let's
not
pick
happened.
Mike. Mike is here. Hello, Mike. No, I would lost the call. In Lagos, Mike, please do call us back. I want to hear from you. Mike. Try and get us back. So you guys are saying, of course, they said attack win you matches, but defense
win championship.
Win championship. The solidity of that defense, the telepathy between both of them, the understanding. I've been trying to look at some defense. Some. Center back combinations in history that have done so well. But the Italians, when it comes to that,
They've always had it. Nesta Cannavaro.
You understand? When you go back, you go back to the Maldini, you go back to Baresi, you go. The name is like when you mention defense,
You have to go to Italy.
The synonym is Italy.
But Ken, equally, you have to look at the English side as well. Like I said, they considered only one goal in this tournament.
Yes.
And it was a spectacular free kick. So,
Suleiman, let's take Suleiman.
Okay, Suleiman from Abuja.
Hello, Suleiman. How are you?
And thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have just a message. If Europe, the entire Europe, could say to hell with COVID-19, then that's a big lesson to Tokyo 2020. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. No, he's talking about COVID.
He said something about the entire Europe. I didn't catch that.
The entire Europe, I say, look, COVID, they've conquered COVID in Europe. But then there is a spike and a surge in Japan.
yes.
There is a spike. And that's why the Japanese people are saying, we don't even want this Olympics to go on.
Because it could serve as a super
Because
spreader.
they understand what happened. There was this, I think the first main super carrier was that ship that landed, I think I'm trying to remember the name, is it Princess or something, that landed in Japan, at the inception of this COVID thing. And that was how the thing spread over there.
We saw the criticism that trailed even the Copa.
Yeah.
When the supposed country that was supposed to host...
It was supposed to be Colombia and Argentina.
Because of the spike Brazil offered to. A lot of people even went to court. It took the
Supreme Court
in Brazil to rule for the tournament to be held. And we saw they had just about 7,000 spectators in the final, in the Maracana Stadium for the final. So people for Tokyo Olympics, I'm sure the organizers are still weighing it. There are some school of thought that is the athletes that will move. Okay, Uche is calling from Lagos.
Let's take Uche. Hello, Uche.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Uche. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Go on.
First of all, I would want to plead with you, Ken.
To do what?
Yeah, you tried to think it's coming home. Please, that's your voice.
Don't, Uche, don't go there. Don't go there. I think I can take you on that. Your voice versus mine.
Okay.
Oh, look at your voice.
Okay.
Go on, let's hear you, Uche. Go on.
Okay.
You have the floor.
Okay, today I'm rooting for Italia.
Wow.
Yeah, they have been a sweet side, very good side. Yeah, I'm rooting for Italy.
No wonder now. Of course, that was why we were criticizing my voice. You see, some kind of time when you come from one corner, we know how to catch you. Because if I was singing, what is Azuri? I think I've forgotten that music. I would have sung, if it was their song now, it would have sounded like a melody in your ear.
Okay.
Uche, okay, no problem. You want to tell us to me. You want to break English hearts, and I tell you, I'll give your name and number to Julie, and then we shall start calling you. Just hope it doesn't happen.
No problem. No offense, man.
No.
Not taking.
Not taking according to them. Yes, in sports, that is where it is sportsmanship. That is the lesson sports teaches the world. Accept your defeat.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, my guy. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Italy has the days. There's something about England qualification.
Okay.
That it's not quite okay with me. Yeah, the way they defeated Denmark. That Raheem Sterling penalty, I don't know. And why do they only win when they are playing in England? Why do they only win trophies when they are playing in England?
But the defeated Ukraine, 4 goals, and they played that match in Rome. They went to Rome to play that match. They played it outside England. Most of the big teams were favored playing home. Germany, you remember Germany lost to France playing home. Spain drew their matches playing, they played in Seville. Yeah. Even Denmark lost their first match playing at home. Yeah. So most of those teams play. It's only England that played at home. But because of that, say okay, they are going to play semi-final.
It was slightly tipped in their favor.
That is why. No, Spain played number 3 or 4 matches in Seville. Yeah, they were playing at home.
Even reports that.
But you see, like the Italian team's good, we could see their progress. The English team good, we could see their progress. When they made it to the semi-finals of the last World Cup. They won a couple of junior championships, and they've not won that in years.
Yes.
So, and from those junior championships, you could see players like Sterling,
Foden,
and the likes of. So we could see the progression. We knew that they were knocking on it. So the big question mark is, if they fail to win the Euro, would that be a failure to them? Because you see, the target they've set for themselves was to win the Euro, this year and win the World Cup.
All right, let's go to Lokoja.
Adams from Lokoja.
Adams, how are you?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How is Lokoja?
Lokoja is good and fine.
Wow.
Thank you.
Are you for Italy or for England?
He's for Nigeria.
Actually, I teach Italy right for the beginning of the competition.
Guys.
So I wish them all the best because they have tried enough. I would have loved for England to pick the day, but I have already picked Italy right for the beginning of the competition. So I wish them all the best.
All right.
What time is it 8 p.m.?
I'm not too sure, but I think it's 8 p.m. I think we'll confirm, but I think it has always been 8 p.m. for those kickoffs. I think that is what it should be. Because, I think it should be 8 p.m. because they are saying kids, like the letter you said, that kids who want to stay home to watch the match at 10, they can come to school late the following day.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's 8 o'clock. He will confirm, and then we'll say before the end of the show, we'll confirm the time. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, thanks. All right.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You were talking about the Denmark, England, and officiating. But today, let me tell you this, because we situate it. We look at Nigeria and we look at what is happening there. The referee for today's match, I think it's 48. He was born in 1973. 28 March 1973. He's 48 years old. His name is Bjorn. Kepas. Let me tell you something. That guy, his company, he has a chain, he has a supermarket chain. They are the one that sponsor Max Verstappen. So he has so much money that he can sponsor a Formula 1 driver. And do you know how much it's worth? 12 million pounds. So when you see that referee with the whistle today, don't just say, come on, referee.
There's nothing
common about him. He's not the one they say, we have not received our allowances. And they put us in a hotel. That is why we're blowing. Nothing. You can't change this guy. He is worth 12 million pounds. We are in Lagos, and then Mike is back. Hello, Mike. How are you? Michael, this is the second time. You better go through.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mike. How are you?
I'm supporting Italy because I'm really excited.
Wow. We'll change your name to Michelangelo.
They have every confidence in themselves to beat England.
Wow.
So I congratulate them tonight.
You already congratulated them in advance.
Probably has a crystal ball somewhere.
Pity the Queen, Mike.
Okay, to think of it, Juliana is the only person that supported England today. Every other person seems to be.
Pity the Queen, please.
That is him.
Do the Queen.
That is young people. That is the referee who is going to be in charge, gentlemen.
Of the game between Italy and
exactly,
England.
and he's got a love of history. In this particular competition, he's officiated 3 of those games.
Yeah.
Dishing out 10 yellow cards. So he's one that doesn't.
It doesn't take nonsense.
It doesn't take nonsense. And you recall this particular guy was involved in an incident where Verratti officiated the match between Manchester United and PSG. Verratti accused him of using the F word on him, and that if we were the one, they would have given him a 10-match ban. So I don't know how that will play out. Again, he officiated some game.
Abel is here.
Okay, Abel is here calling from Lagos.
Hello, Abel.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Kane.
Okay, my name is Abel. Okay, about today's game.
Yes.
I'm supporting Italy.
Pity the Queen.
I wish I can jig this calling so that
all of you are following the Premiership.
Everybody that's supporting Italy are all getting. Okay, go on, Abel. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Is that all? You are just supporting Italy?
Yes.
I think I will get all of you that supported Italy. When England wins, I will call you back one after the other.
If you know win.
Okay, if they win, not win. All right, thank you, Abel. Maybe let us, if we still have the time, can we take, okay, we want to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take that letter again, that letter from the Queen. Probably it will change some of your mind to say, look, this thing don't take. Please, stay with us. You welcome back. Is it going to be an Italian job? Because you guys are just calling Italy. I don't understand this. But then they've been solid. They're on 33 matches unbeaten. But then say football is coming home. Before I go to Okpe, I just want to use it because, when you see that it's coming home. Football is coming home. If you check the second stanza of that music, it's a stanza, not the second, one of those stanzas, and it says, the juice remains still gleaming. 30 years of hot. That as at 1996, 30 years of hot, that is 55 years of hot. Never stop me dreaming. They've not stopped dreaming. Even after that hot, they get close to it, but they don't make it. But this is their first final. Una guess more. Quiet mind for these guys now. Abba. Okpe is in the house. You're welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ken, for having me. Incidentally,
you are also going to Italy.
The Italian. No, I've been an Italian since.
Okay, you've been an Italian since 82.
Because my first memory of someone lifting
a trophy, dinosaur,
and I would never. And in fact, that inspired me to become
a goalkeeper
myself.
How many do you? How many? The most matches, the most goals you conceded in a match? How many? Was it up to 6?
Ken, on my honors, I think you
did concede 6
goals. Sport junior competition, I won it in '89.
Okay, that as a result, that is the one you won.
Behind the great Peter Idu.
Okay,
it's on my testimonial.
I know. You see, I'm not asking this question.
No, but Ken, I think
what was the most goals you have considered in a match?
3.
Are you sure there was no 4?
No,
think well.
Never.
They didn't count the 4. It was offside.
Never. Even no betting match. Anyone. The eyes has been 3.
Okay, is here. The lines are still open. We're still talking football is coming home, and they told you it's been 30 years of hot, like we said, in 96 when it came home. And the Germans did not allow it to pass through. They defeated England in the semifinals. But here they are in the finals. They said it's coming home 55 years later. 55 years later. That is an adult. That is even a grandfather. Okay, we are still in Lagos. Felix, how are you? Hello, Felix. Talk to us, guy. Okay.
So, Ken, alluding to the 55 years, even the Queen mentioned it in our letter, that 55 years ago, I was fortunate to present...
We are taking the letter now. We are taking the Queen's letter.
So, 55 years ago, I was fortunate to present the World Cup to Bobby Moore and saw what it meant to the players, management and support staff to reach and win the final of a major international football tournament. I want to send my congratulations and that of my family to you all on reaching the final of the European Championships and send my good wishes for tomorrow with the hope that history will record not only your success, but also the spirit, commitment, and pride with which you have conducted yourselves. Elizabeth R.
Elizabeth. Signed simply Elizabeth R. There's no, okay. All right, we are here. We are in Jos now.
Babatunde.
Babatunde.
Hello, Tunde. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening. Good afternoon, sorry.
Good evening, never reach you, Tunde.
Okay. I really love for England to win because of Raheem Sterling.
Because Raheem.
I like him as a player.
Yeah.
I've loved his performance, and I think if we're me, even in the semi-final, I'd taken a dive for my country too. And I like the Italians too, but I think the England should win this one. They are really cried for it, so they should take it.
Yeah.
So the queen won't die.
Okay. No, she's there. She's almost a centurion. I think she's 99. Well, how many years? It's about 97, 1999.
I'm having a lot of luck this Sunday because Argentina also won earlier today.
Yeah.
Messi has his first trophy.
First international trophy.
International trophy.
Yeah.
International trophy, but I think we've ended that debate right now. So I think let England to end that 55 years wait.
Tunde, there are two people here. They don't believe that debate has ended. But thanks for calling, Tunde. Thank you very much. Guys. The debate has been, he has never performed with the national team. He has done it. Give it to him.
Yeah, at least for the first time, he's winning something which is not at the expense of Nigeria.
When
you have players like Diego and Pele that never won the Copa America.
Yes.
So that tells you that it's not the Copa that defines what being a GOAT is.
Okay.
So it's just, yes, he has lifted something, but the main thing actually is the World Cup.
Okay, so night is until he leaves the World Cup. Okay, so that means it's only Maradona and Pele now, those who have won Copa America and World Cup.
No, I'm not saying
the GOATs.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Before Ronaldo and Messi came on board, the GOAT had only been between Diego and Pele.
Okay.
And I'm saying it's not the Copa because they never won the Copa that defined their greatness.
Okay.
Their greatness has to do with what they did at the world level.
Okay, but the good thing is that though Pele never played in Europe, Maradona played in Europe. Maradona played in the same Barcelona. Maradona played in Italy. Maradona didn't win the Champions League. Maradona never did that.
Pele won the
all right, let's go to Warri now. What do they carry last? Hello, Abdullahi. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Mr. Ken, good afternoon, gentlemen in the studio.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Ken, I'm seeing you. You are happy as if you've won the match already.
I am Nigeria. I'm not Italy. I'm not England. It's Julie that is England.
Well, actually, it's coming home, as the right said.
Yeah.
And the letter from the Queen.
Yes.
It makes it a little bit more important and more vigorously. They're going to, by all means, they're going to win the match.
Yes. Thank you, Abdullahi. The letter came from Windsor Castle. That is the Queen's residence, official residence of the Queen. Signed by Elizabeth R. What is R?
I don't even know. You see, for Messi, despite having won everything, title trophies available in club football, he has not had success with the national team. And it was good that today, this morning, he won something. fantastic for him, good for him. The debate over who is the greatest will always rage on.
Yeah.
Because they all have different lanes. The Ronaldo fans will tell you he's the highest goal scorer in international football.
Yes,
that. So does that mean when Ali there was the highest goal scorer, was he the greatest?
Was he the greatest? And that begs the question. You see...
a combination of factors make you the greatest.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, they have to be candidates for the greatest. Like we're talking about. This is just what we're talking about tennis now. We are saying, okay, you win the big one first and foremost. We say, okay, you win that. You win the 1,000 Masters. How many of them have you won? The 500s. How many of them have you won? You know, okay. Let's come back to Lagos.
Henry from Lagos.
King Henry, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon, guys.
I love your voice, modulated. Can you loan me this voice to the end of the show?
You can have it.
All right, thank you, Henry.
Okay. I really want England to win because it has been a long wait for them.
Too long.
I think they will put up a surprise against Italy.
Yeah. Henry, you have a heart of gold.
Thank you.
It's King Henry after all.
The first Euros,
he's still on the line.
The first Euros after the English guys won the World Cup. Oh.
Henry's still around. Hello, Henry. Go on.
Yes, I'm with you guys.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I really want England to win because it's been a long wait. I wish them success in this game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will send your message today.
Thank you, Henry.
Thanks, Henry. Yes, that is a king talking.
Yeah,
the queen wrote. And the king
is supported.
Ken, if you are saying it's too long, as Eric said,
yes.
The last time the Italians also won the Euros was 2 years after England won the World Cup, which is 68.
Yeah, but they have won major.
No, we are talking about the Euros now. So they've been there 2 other times, 2000, 2012, they failed. So I think they deserve that.
They have won it once. England has never won it.
England
don't harden your heart.
something.
But there are times that you just have to do this. Don't harden your heart.
But I think the Italians, they deserve this. The Italians deserve, from match day one, they actually deserve it.
Wait, England does not deserve it. England did not win their matches. They didn't deserve it. It's Italy that both of them deserve. That's why they got to win.
Let the best team.
Let the best. But it's not Caesar. Let him not harden his heart. Talk to him.
No, but the Italians, I think they really proved their mettle. Not even proud to this competition.
The Italians are good.
They are good, no doubt about it.
They missed the last World Cup.
It's a Herculean.
Yes, England made it to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and they built on it too.
The Italians, immediately Mancini was employed, they built on that failure.
So why do you want to hold this momentum?
France missed out at World Cup in '94. In fact, I think
they missed out 1994.
But the '94 one was very instructive because I think their last 3 matches was against Bulgaria, Israel, and they needed to just win one of those matches. And piam. I mean,
they needed it, too.
They lost to Bulgaria even at home in France, and they didn't go there. But 4 years later, they were the World Cup. They were the world champions. They won. The same thing with Italy. They missed out, and then look at how they are building. You know, and that is how it takes to have that confidence on them. Now let's shift away from that. Let's just take this. We've been having challenges of our team traveling on the road, bad roads, and then some of them over there when they meet robbers, accident. In fact, only last week, one of the teams in the lower league, they were involved in accident. But then, I want us to take this a minute and a half or so to look at Van Dresser. They left Lagos for Abeokuta to go and play the NNL match, and this is how they went. The trains are back. Look at how comfortable they are. Look at how relaxed they are playing Ludo, they will work cards and safe and whatever. I think when players, you travel this way, when you get to your destination, you know, you will get your, and you are guaranteed of getting to your destination in one piece.
Yes.
And you're able to give your best.
Yeah, I think I was sharing with someone just before I came on set, and I said it's as if prior to COVID, our rules were better.
Yeah.
But I think post-COVID now we have, I think, the worst kind of road network in West Africa. And I say that with all sense of sincerity. So I think that is a great advert for the country because naturally we're using sport to develop our infrastructure.
Exactly.
But this time it's not even the case. So we have the infrastructure which sport has come up to meet. I think that is great for the nation.
Like you said, great advert for the country. You remember the last time this team came to play with Eimba?
Yes.
They were mocking us.
Of course, they came from Egypt.
They came from Egypt.
Yes.
Doing videos of the bad roads
of the bad roads in
saying, oh, see Nigeria, see this, see that.
Port Harcourt Road.
Yes. But this is a great advert. And like you said, the safety of the player. We saw what happened last week with that particular team from the lower league traveling where they had an accident.
Yes, including the club chairman, including, they were all injured.
Good enough that nobody lost their life, but we had some players with broken limbs and all whatnot. So you cannot separate the league from the happenings in the country. That's why infrastructural development is key.
Very key
for sport development.
Thank you, Vandresa FC. You keep raising the bar. And then, I mean, this is a privately run club. If you see, they have a massive following online.
And this will even be massive saving in terms of the transportation logistics for
and see the
buy
way
your
they
ticket
travel.
ahead and uniform and everything.
We're about closing the show.
Really, my heart is with Italy, my head is with England.
Okay.
But for the sake of the Queen, I want England to win.
In Wembley and Wembley done, I'm seeing the Italians.
In Wembley and Wembley, I see the Italian. These are Italian. Anyway, I don't know what Ken is going to say now, but I don't want to say it's a sporting Sunday. And until we come here next week, have a blessed Sunday.